was fortunate enough to be on the set of Vogue Arabia, which is a magazine. And he knew me and everything, and he saw the work I would do. Like, and it was just short films, it was small theater things. And he saw the work, and he was like, "Do you want to come on set with Vogue and film me a video for Muffer?" And I was like, "Of course, I'd be honored to." I went on set, and I filmed the video. So when I showed them the video, like, "Oh my god, this is really good. This is good." Good. And when people are like, "Oh my god, this is really good, this is good," then I started getting into activities, and then that opened up internships. The main internship that opened up for me in Canada was Billboard Canada. And Billboard, a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, how did Billboard come?" And when you sell yourself and you say, "I did this," people they're like, "Oh my god, this is really good." And then Danny was like, "Why don't you become like an editor or something?" So definitely going abroad builds you, to build your character, and going with there independently by yourself builds you so much, because you're doing everything by yourself. You're going to get groceries by yourself. You're going to, especially if you live on residence, that is a very, very nice. Residence is a perfect way to build community.
Hi, Yasin. It's great to meet you. How's it been so far?
It's been good. It's been good. It's been good to be back from Toronto. And yeah, I'm glad to be back. How have you been?
I've been amazing. So, you've now completed almost 2 years at Toronto Metropolitan University.
Yes, so I'm in the middle of my second year at the Toronto Metropolitan University, which was known as Ryerson, and I'm studying media production. So yeah, second year Bachelor of Arts. Yeah.
Awesome. Yasin, you've got some great internship experience. So, tell me a little bit
Thank you.
about what kind of internships you're doing.
Yeah. So before I left to Toronto, I had an
Wow.
experience in Dubai where I was fortunate enough to be on the set of Vogue Arabia, which is a magazine, very famous magazine. And I went on set. I actually went on set from not from Vogue. It wasn't from the big people. It was from somebody else who was just happened to be an art director on that set. And he knew me and everything, and he saw the work I would do. Like, and it was just short films. It was small theater things, and he saw the work, and he was like, "Do you want to come on set for Vogue and film me a video for not for Vogue, but for the art director himself?" And I was like, "Of course, I'd be honored to." I went on set, and I filmed the video. So when I showed them the video, like, "Oh my god, this is really good. This is good. This is good." They didn't post the video, but I put up the video, and then everybody saw it. So when I went back to Toronto, and there were a lot of extracurricular activities opening up and everything, I said that I did this video for them, and I used the video that I did in Dubai, and I told them I did this, and I didn't work for Vogue, but I said that I was with the same space. You'd have to word it in a specific way. Um, and when people are like, "Oh my god, this is really good, this is good," then I started getting into activities, and then that opened up internships. The main internship that opened up for me in Canada was Billboard Canada. And Billboard, a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, how did Billboard come?" And to be honest, it's connections, because there happened to be someone who lived on my floor who had connections with the president of Billboard Canada. And he knew that I was editing, and I told him I did something for Vogue. So it all links, but at the same time, if it hadn't been for that person who living on the same floor, because he was a third year, he's now a third year, that would have not opened up. I went to the guy, and his name was Danny, and I spoke to him and everything, and I told him I did work for Vogue and this, and I mean, I didn't do like a lot for Vogue. It's not like I did a magazine. I just did a really small video. But it's important to put yourself out there. It's important to sometimes exaggerate and say that I've done this, because that is the only way people will allow you to go in, and you have to impress them. You have to basically sell yourself. And when you sell yourself and you say, "I did this," people they're like, "Oh my god, this is really good." And then Danny was like, "Why don't you become like an editor or something?" I was editing videos. So he happened to meet the Billboard Canada team, and at the time he was like, "I have an editor," which is me, and he was like, he could help us with videos. And it was 3 months of doing Billboard videos, but we weren't on a contract. Nothing was going up on Instagram. So it's a lot of patience. It's a lot of a lot of people might do something, be like, oh, this is not, well, there was nothing was being paid. It was 3 months of just doing this video, trying. We even had to make a billboard guideline thing with a bunch of things that they did not have, and they didn't ask for it. But you have to take that step ahead to impress them and try to find a way, because that's the only thing that's gonna let you, go in. And after the 3 months, then they saw the videos and they put a video up. And when they put a video up, they're like, well, the billboard team were like, why don't we bring these people on as an internship? And then they brought us on with a contract in January 2023. And yeah, it's been a full year right now that I've been on contract with Billboard Canada as an intern. And it's not a lot of work. A lot of people might think it's a lot of work, but when there's an event, when there's a concert happening in Canada, I'm given the role to edit the video. That's so January, February, March, April. I was editing the videos that they were doing. Somebody, his name was Ali, he was filming it, and Danny was producing it. And then around March, I moved to filming the videos. So I was fortunate enough to buy the FX3 camera, which is a really good camera. And I told the billboard team, I have this camera. It's really good. It's the camera that Ali used on these videos. And then they were like, "This is really big. Of course, we'd love to, so it's both sides. In a way, I was taking advantage of them, but they were also taking advantage of me. But that's how it works. It
Yeah.
has to go both ways. I told them, I had this camera. They're like, oh my God, obviously they want me, but they also want the camera, right? Because so I went, and then but it also opened up opportunities for me, because the first week of September this year was the Toronto International Film Festival.
Hmm.
That was September 2024. And at the time, Ali and Danny moved to something else. They weren't working with Billboard. And I didn't do anything for the summer, but I came back for September for my second year, and the festival was happening. And they didn't even tell me to go to the festival, but I knew the festival was happening. And I sent an email to the marketing director, and I was like, this festival is happening. It's a really big festival. Selena Gomez is coming, a lot of celebrities. This would be a great opportunity for us. And then he was like, you know what? Why not? So I had to do the research and tell them. And when they said yes, they got me a media pass printed, and I was doing it all myself. I went to the festival, I went to the carpet, and I put the camera and I pressed record and I did the interview. And nobody thought that what is he? Because they were focused on this other event called Billboard Women in Music, which was the day after TIFF. So they were all of their eyes were on this event. Nobody was focused on this other event. But I was like, let me take this opportunity and do something. And I went to the event, like I said, put my camera on the carpet, and Selena Gomez was walking on the carpet for her movie Emilia Perez, and I
Hmm.
interviewed her. And when I interviewed her, and I sent the video to Billboard, they were like, "Oh my God, this is really big," because Selena Gomez is a musician, right?
Of
So,
course.
then Billboard is a music company. So when Billboard came posted the video, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is really good." Billboard, the official Billboard from the United States, saw that, and they collaborated on that post. And the reality is, I did it myself, the filming, the interview, and the editing, and nobody told me to do it, and they were very impressed. And then I did that video came out, and there were other videos, and now I've been with Billboard. And I think Billboard is not just the future. I think Billboard is just the starting point, because there are so many things in this industry. And when that internship opened up, when Billboard opened up, I started telling everyone, Billboard, Billboard, Billboard. I got into a bunch of activities. I got into new internships like the Burj Khalifa fireworks show, which was really simple to get in. I basically went on LinkedIn and I searched up Burj Khalifa fireworks New Year's Eve. And this wonderful man, his name is Ian Thorley. He's the executive producer. He produced the 2023 fireworks, the 2022 fireworks. He graduated from NYU, and he has this company called Whatever, and he did Expo 2020. So his company did the lights, did the everything for Expo, and he's been working for Amar. And I just messaged him on LinkedIn, and I have it. And I says, "Hello, my name is Yasin Ashri. I'm a student, blah blah blah." And I told him I worked for Billboard Canada. I did this. And he was like, "Send me an email with all of this." I sent him an email. He gave me his email. I sent an email with everything, and he was like, "We would love you to have we love you to be a part of the team. I went on board, production assistant. We did a location scout in July, and then I met them in December this month. And I, went to I PA. So a production assistant is like helping them anything they need. But also, I did not just use that opportunity to be a production assistant. I also brought my camera and I started filming things. And that is really important. That's the thing that nobody will tell you have to do. You always have to film videos when you're in internship and make a video and put it on TikTok or Instagram because other people see that. And that you can use that your own portfolio for the next upcoming internship. Because that's what I did with Vogue and that's what I did with Billboard. When the Selena Gomez thing was happening, I didn't just press record and sent the Selena Gomez video to Billboard. No, there was also another camera rolling, my phone, of me doing the interview. As much as how it's important to film content for Billboard, I was also filming content for myself. It's
Mm-hmm.
important to do content for yourself because that is what's gonna take you to new places and build you because you can't forget that you are important no matter who you're working with, what clients, no matter if they're a big company. You need to build on yourself and how you look in front of others, because sometimes LinkedIn and just saying I did this that is not enough in our age of time right now, but yeah, that's been pretty much how it is, like so far.
Okay, so you've told me so many internships, right? You started university when? September 2023,
Yes,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And you've already done Vogue, you've
Hmm.
done Billboard, you
Of course.
interviewed Selena Gomez,
Yes.
and you have worked for the biggest firework event in the UAE, viewed by the world, and you were
Exactly.
part of the team.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Thank
Amazing.
you so much. Really, it was. I'm very fortunate and grateful to have all these events come.
No, so what's more, it's super impressive, Yasin. And what's even more impressive is that September 2023, you started university in Canada. You went as an international student and
Hmm.
you took the initiative. I think that is critical because if you did not connect with your roommate or floor mate in residence, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, yes.
And you spoke to them, they connected you or they told you they knew somebody, and but you took that initiative because a lot of times we hear, oh, so and so went to this country and there are no jobs, right? But here you are, where Canada is not in the limelight right now. A lot of students are complaining there are no jobs, no opportunities, and you've done such fantastic opportunities. And I
Thank you.
totally, totally appreciate all the work that you've done so far.
But it's like taking the initiative. Like when I spoke to my roommate, there were some videos that I had to do before that. Like he gave me this Adidas video. It wasn't, and these things were not like billboard things. There were so many things in those 3 months. There were like it was just like on and like it was very like it wasn't flexible things that I had to do. But that's part of it. You have to be patient. You have to know that there's gonna be the bigger opportunities are coming, because I know a lot of people. Because this happened to another friend of mine, and he had a video to do. I don't know. I forgot the exact thing, but I think it was for a company, and he had the opportunity to do something, and I think he was having problems, or he was saying, "Oh, I don't have enough time to do it. I have classwork," which is valid, of course, but there's always that push you have to do, and or stay up a bit later, sometimes so you can, prove a
Hmm.
it's time management. Time management is important, but sometimes it's more than time management. It's knowing that school is important, and yes, classes are important, but sometimes in these things, in these situations, classes are not like everything. Like classes are important. It's important to go to class. It's important to
Mhm.
succeed. My grade point average is 4.0 for these past 2 years. Um, but staying like a little later at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to do a video, to do something that might open a door is important. Those are the things where a lot of people say, no, I can't do that. And then the opportunity goes down.
Yeah, I think you're very right. Meeting the right people at the right time and staying connected, showcasing your work is super important. Coming back to time management, Yasin, moving to a totally different country, so far away from UAE. UAE spoils people, right?
Yes,
We
yes.
all get spoiled for choices here. How was your transition in Canada? Because you've done a lot in this 1 year. So, how was
Yeah.
your transition? Share some tips for students who are choosing countries like Canada, US, UK.
I think it's
How did you feel and how did you embrace all the challenges?
I think it's very extremely important, and it's a privilege to fly abroad, of course, and study. But I seriously think that if the decision is in the hands and uh, and you're able to fly abroad, I think you should, because that it is really important. It builds your character. Just getting on that plane, the study permit, doing all that, you learn so much. Going to a different country, just seeing my friends, my classmates, they worked in the cinema. They worked in coffee shops. In Dubai, you don't have that. In Dubai system is totally different from the United States and Canada. Uh, People in Canada are working. Everybody works. Everybody, it's a moving country. Same thing with the States. Same things like New York, LA. Everybody wants to do something. Dubai is completely, it's more relaxed, right? It's like you said, So definitely going abroad builds you. It builds your character, and going with there independently by yourself builds you so much because you're doing everything by yourself. You're going to get groceries by yourself. You're going to, especially if you live on residence, that is very, very nice. Residence is a perfect way to build community. You meet people. If I didn't live on residence, I would have never met
Hmm.
Danny. Um, so just being on residence and also not just going to university to learn and study, but to build yourself and to do opportunities and do internships, like I said, and all that. That is important because when you do that, it just your life becomes so like, oh, I have this and this and this. It becomes so moving, and you get to manage your own time. Whereas if you're in Dubai, your parents or family comes in more, so time is
Yeah,
different. Living independently, it builds your character, it makes you more stronger. It's very important.
absolutely. Were these internships paid internships or they were simply opportunities you wanted to take?
So Billboard until now has been a free internship, because this is actually very interesting. So I'm not gonna specifically say his names, but
Yeah,
there was someone who with us in the internship with Billboard, and it was free. But by the fifth month, they started asking for money. They were like, I want to, I've been here for 5 months. Is there a different opportunity? And all that. And I think that was a mistake because when that happened, there was a little fight that he had, and that unfortunately it made him not continue with Billboard because you have to understand that Billboard is a company that is very, very, very big. They can hire anyone else to be an editor. They have that capability. These big companies sometimes you have to do things for free if
mhm.
and that's just the reality of it. Nobody like Vogue, all those big names, they're not going to pay you at the beginning. They simply won't. After I did the Selena Gomez thing and I did a few other events, Jackson, the marketing director, he told me that there was this appreciation fee that they wanted to give me. So they did give me a little money, but it wasn't like if you're doing an internship abroad, you shouldn't be doing an internship for money. You should be doing an internship for experience. Make
Yeah,
sure because when you when you build your internship, and if I know it's annoying that sometimes it's free, but there's gonna it makes a difference because then there's gonna be that time that comes a paid opportunity, and you'll have so much that you've done, that'll all be worth it. But yeah.
amazing. And how much time are you putting into the Billboard internship?
So not as much actually. Like the thing with internships is, um, like September there was the event, the TIFF event. So that 1 week was very busy because I had classes. I also literally after every class I'd run to the take the train station, take the subway, sorry, and go to the place where it's happening, and I'd do the carpet, film it, go home and edit it, and then work on classes. But honestly, it's better to be busy. It's better to have something to do. It's better to be moving than not being, free. Especially if you're going into media, arts, anything in the creative field. School is not enough. School is not enough. School is enough when it's a different degree, like sciences, something in STEM. But when it comes to the creative arts, you have to take that step and you have to, move around. I have so many friends who are like me, who might be even more talented than me or can edit better than me, but I have the billboard opportunity, because of what I've done or because of what I've, remained consistent. And consistency is another important factor that is key. Um, Actually, Mo, the president of Billboard Canada would always tell me that consistency is really important. In life, no matter what you're doing, always be consistent. Always be consistent. Never leave an opportunity just because you're getting bored or because there's nothing else. If something real good pops up, then it's a good time to move. But never ever just say like I can't do this, because you're tired. Always be consistent, and there's always if you're having a rough day, there's gonna be a better day tomorrow. You just have to.
Awesome. Almost 1.5 years down, or completion of 2 years, yeah, at university almost. Where do you see yourself in the next 1.5 years? Because you've done quite a bit. You've got a great GPA. You've done lots of great experiential learning programs and experiences. So where do you see yourself? What's next?
So honestly, a lot of people ask me that, but honestly, the more internships I've been getting, the more uncertain I have been with what I want to do. Because doing the Burj Khalifa fireworks thing, I got to see multi-camera production, which is a whole industry by itself. Multi-camera is anything television that you see Dubai TV, anything that has two cameras. So that is one that's a class we took, So that I've been so lucky to have internships because when I had the Burj Khalifa internship, I actually saw how a multi-camera production is happening. It's not like a class because in class they teach us multi-camera, but they build a fake scenario and they're like, this is how you do it, and obviously this is what you need to do. But being a part of the real world life part of it, it made me saw that like, is this what I want to do? Because I saw it and I was like, this is good. And the money is better than single camera. So single camera is more movies, short films. Um, so honestly, it's been a lot of looking around and deciding. There's also been the business side, which I still have not gotten into, and I feel like I should, because you have to think of because it depends on where your mind's going with this, but in the media, the financial part is more stronger towards media business, So there's a lot of key factors in that and a lot of learning in that I still haven't gotten into. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll get like, I talk to the Billboard team, see if I could leave the content side for a while and start focusing on some finance parts of the media because that is really important and that's the I think that's the greatest part where the money is more strong. But at the same time, money is not everything. Um, but I just feel like learning all aspects of media and then deciding in the end. And that's the thing that's so great about my program, media production. It's that it's not like film production or it's not like a specific niche. It's very broad. They teach you everything from content, business to yeah, a lot of things.
How's the program been at Toronto Metropolitan? Is it something you were expecting? Has it supported your learning?
I mean, so like when I read the program overview, media production, and what it does, like I think it was expected that this wasn't a program that was gonna teach you how to make movies, but it would teach you how to do everything. Like there's six concentrations. There's film, I forgot about video games, business, I forgot, but theory, media theory. So
Mhm.
like, one of my classes is a media theory mandatory class, but then another class is a production class. It's a lot of classes. And that you get to choose and you get to play around with. It's a very, very broad program, and that's the thing that's really good about it. You can learn anything you want. You can go into the business side. You can go to the content side.
Hmm.
Whatever side you want to focus on is there. That's the thing that's really good about media production. That film production, which is the majority of the state in the states, programs in the states for our film production, they don't have media production. There's only like I think Emerson College in Boston uh,
Hmm.
was the only one that had media production, and Toronto Metropolitan. But all of the rest is film. So if you don't want to be put like in the film, and you want to be more broad, then media production would be perfect.
That's great. And you've, to that point, you've also done some short films,
Yes.
right? With the most recent one, and I saw that on your Instagram. Yeah,
So
what
yeah,
was your inspiration behind that. It's amazing.
It was at the Dreams of Tomorrow, the
Yeah,
one, yeah.
yeah.
So that short film, it was not even made by the school. It was just me. It was the camera and me. But I came back from this was in the summer, between first year and second year. And I came back and I was like, I should work on a project or something. And I thought of this idea. And I guess inspiration came from there's this video called it's a Ramadan commercial from this mobile company Zain,
Hmm.
where they did this video about the presidents and about Palestine and how about like the whole movement. It's a really powerful video, and I think at the time Palestine was a very as a topic that's being spoken about. And at the time I was listening to this song called "When I Grow Up" from Matilda the musical, and I was listening to the song and I felt like the lyrics were matching what was happening with the current events in Palestine. So when I grow up from Matilda is basically so that the story of Matilda is it's a bunch of kids, Miss Trunchbull, and Miss Trunchbull. Nobody likes Miss Trunchbull, so they're like, when I grow up, I'll have sweets, I'll do this, like I'll be free from Miss Trunchbull. But Miss Trunchbull, the way I thought about it was that Miss Trunchbull was like Israel, for example, and the kids were from Palestine. Um, and that whole thing, it just made sense. It just clicked. I was like, the lyrics match what's happening. And if it's a story of Palestine, Sudan, all the countries, all the kids that are going through it right now, and I built a scenario, I built a storyboard, and then I got casting from this group called Acting in the UAE, and a lot of kids came. I didn't pay anyone. It was very low budget. It was just the camera and me, and I just pressed record and built the scene, like the beach scene, for example, the first opening shot. We shot that at Kite Beach, and then the Palestine flags and the clouds. That was a little VFX, but that was very simple to do. It wasn't that hard. But other than that, that was shot at Kite Beach. The second scene was shot at my theater that I grew up in, the Junction Theater. And then the third, I forgot. Oh, the third was at the farm, Al Ain Oasis. That was the place. So I drove to Al Ain, but that place was beautiful. So it's when you work hard, good comes back. That's what my mom would always say. Um, it's always important to work hard and put effort because if you put effort into something, it comes back. It always comes back. And yeah.